The news at 4 starts with breaking news. Mayor Muriel Bowser choosing the next top cop in the district. Mayor Bowser introducing Executive Assistant Chief Jeffery Carroll as the next interim police chief as Chief Pamela Smith leaves her post at the end of this month. Thanks so much for joining us on the news at 4 right here on WUSA 9. I'm Annie Yu. We first brought you this story at noon, and tonight we have new reaction and we have team live coverage for you, or live team coverage. Matt Gregory is standing by with how the community is reacting. But first, Rafael Sanchez Cruz is part of our team that helped break this story this morning, and he joins us live from the Wilson building right now, where Jeff Carroll was officially introduced, Rafael, just a couple of hours ago. Carroll is now taking over at a critical time for the department.
That's right, Annie. An unprecedented year for MPD following a federal surge and months of pressure regarding crime statistics. But this is not any type of appointment. Mayor Muriel Bowser has tapped Assistant Chief Jeff Carroll to serve as the interim chief during her last year in office. She does not plan to put him up through the council confirmation. Look, Carroll is a longtime MPD leader. The Calvert County native has been with the department for 23 years. He's risen through the ranks and currently charged with the day-to-day operations of the police department. Among his priorities, reducing crime, strengthening community policing, and improving transparency. Carroll's appointment comes just days after two federal reports allege that Police Chief Pamela Smith pressured members of the department to the point where they manipulated crime data to make the city appear safer and accused her of a toxic culture within the department. Now, Chief Smith has denied those allegations, but Carroll was asked today what he would do differently to restore public trust in crime information. He says he hasn't gotten the full reports just yet, but he plans to retrain officers about crime classification and making it clear to officers when it's allowed to change those classifications. And that's just the beginning. Let's listen.
Our technology, our records management system, the ability to make changes in the system with alerts to members that reports have been changed, as well as the requirement for additional review and approval if a change is made to the report. And finally, something we're looking at is the development of a dedicated auditing team to look at all the reports on the back end to make sure that reports, after they're completed, submitted by the officials from the various bureaus and police districts, there's an independent group within the police department that can look at those reports and make sure they're appropriately classified.
Mayor Muriel Bowser also announced today that she plans to ask the D.C. Inspector General to review these reports and the questions. She, of course, has been critical of these two federal reports, saying that they are politically motivated and they are not complete. Again, they have not received those two full reports, but we also asked Assistant Chief Carroll about how he plans to proceed with immigration officials under his leadership. We'll have more about that in the 5 o'clock hour. Live outside the Wilson building, I'm Rafael Sanchez Cruz. Back to you, Annie.
Rafael, thanks. Jeff Carroll, of course, taking the leadership here, a demanding job at this unprecedented time. Thanks for the latest on that. So what is the community looking for as far as leadership change? Our Matt Gregory is live outside of police headquarters tonight with the reaction from the people, the community, Matt.
Yeah, Annie, not everyone is familiar with the name Jeffery Carroll. They're not all as dialed in as we are. But one of the things I heard as I went from Anacostia to downtown D.C., the question we really wanted to hear about, or answered rather, from the community was, what do you want to see in your next D.C. police leadership? And the number one thing we kept hearing that kept coming up time and again was more community-involved policing.
You know, our next chief of police not only is going to have to navigate the very difficult waters of the White House and the relationship with the White House and our federal partners, but we also have to focus on the relationship with our community.
What do you want to see in the next kind of leadership at MPD?
Somebody that takes us seriously.
Just like a new chief that's going to come in here and do what the old mayor used to do. Get to know the community. Yeah. That's it. That's all I can say.
I used to live in D.C. I just wish them well.
All right.
Make the city better. Consistency.
Somebody told me they want to see more police out and about in the community. Is that something you want to see?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is the main one. That's the main thing, yes.
What do you want to see from the new
I want to see them stop having favoritism in certain people and start actually treating everybody accordingly and equal.
One of the other questions we've had, as these two investigations have gone on, right, the House Oversight Committee investigation into crime stat potential manipulation, as well as the DOJ's investigation, is this registering with the community? What do they want to know? We're going to have their response, or at least some of the folks who said they've heard about it, what they think about it, coming up at 5 o'clock. But for now, outside MPD headquarters, I'm Matt Gregory. Back to you.
All right, Matt, getting the pulse of the people. Thanks so much. We also got this statement from the D.C. Police Union on Jeff Carroll's appointments, saying, quote, the D.C. Police Union is optimistic that Interim Chief Jeffery Carroll will usher in a new era of honest leadership while working to undo the misguided and detrimental policies enacted by D.C. Council and prioritize the safety of both residents and officers. And if you want to watch the entire news conference announcing Jeffery Carroll as Interim Chief of D.C. Police, we have that streaming right now on WUSA 9+.